Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Channel 13, where tonight's programming will be serving you CommentForce number 7. I'm your host, Zach. I've got Jake and Gabe alongside me, and we are bringing our thoughts on your thoughts straight to your brain center. Today we have comments from all sorts of cool individuals, and we'll be discussing all sorts of topics, Switch-related and Gabe-related. Gabe, how do you feel about a CommentForce that features you not once, but twice?
I feel like we've done this. I feel like the past couple of CommentForces.
It's every CommentForce.
Yeah, I don't know why I've become a recurring theme, but okay.
My hope is that you become a recurring enough and connected enough to Switch that eventually you get your own Switch game.
Okay.
That's the plan here.
Yeah, we can do it. Let's make it happen.
Lucky number 7. Big thanks to everyone for commenting all week long. Lots of great insights and responses and just notes on all the videos this week. So thank you so much for being such an awesome community. We love each and every one of you, and we're so stoked that the Switch is our new favorite system. So starting off today, we've got Dr. Worm1555, who says, in regards to Splatoon 2, you guys are grossly underestimating the value of gyroscopic aiming. On its own, it's not as good as a stick, but using it with a stick to fine-tune your aim is incredible. Splatoon opened my eyes to that, and then using gyro controls in Half-Life 2 with the Steam controller felt like playing it for the first time again. It's criminal not to have a gyroscope on every controller for every third and first-person shooter from now on, period. Now, I feel his passion. I don't know if it's for every game, but I definitely, and I think this is something that will help people out. And I mentioned it in the Splatoon video I posted. I think you got to use the gyro for like mostly up and down and then quick aiming, but using the stick to fine tune it, which I think is really, really a helpful hint.
Well, this Dr. Worm thinks it's the opposite. He's saying that gyro is to fine tune with in correspondence with or in conjunction with a stick.
Or he may be saying using a stick to fine tune.
Oh, well, see, like, but in Zelda, I use it the other way. I use the stick to, like, get to, like, turn Link around, and then, like, when I want to get, like, perfectly in the Hinox eye, like, then I use the gyro.
But this is for shooters, and for shooters...
I'm using a bow and arrow. That's a shooting thing.
I think the gyro control on Switch is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I use that for fight. I don't know. But
Gotcha.
I mean, Splatoon, yeah, you kind of, like, just, like... because you're painting everything, so you're kind of just doing big sweeping.
I mean, either way, whether you use the stick to fine-tune the gyro or the gyro to fine-tune the stick, I think it serves the same purpose of what Dr. Worm's saying, is that the combination of them is kind of what gives you and helps assert the most, like, precise control.
It's like a Dragon Ball Z fusion dance. On their own, they're okay, but together, they're perfect.
I don't want to mess with gyro. So...
Yeah, Gabe, I'm curious about your thoughts, because you are anti-gyro.
He wants a mouse.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even that I'm anti... gyro. I mean, in Zelda, like, I like it just fine. Just Splatoon, I prefer to play with a traditional control scheme. And, like, I don't know, like, you know that I don't have the most stable of hands. Like, I'm not sitting here, like, shaking constantly or whatever. But, like,
Gabe was going to be a surgeon until they told him that he had too shaky of hands.
Yeah, so, like, the sensitivity, and I know you can mess with the sensitivity, I understand that, but the default sensitivity, like, I don't know, like, it's too sensitive. Like, you barely move the controller, and, like, the reticle just moves all the way. I just like the sticks. So, if it's criminal not to, you know, like, gyroscope, put me in jail. I'm cool.
I also think it's because Splatoon has more close quarters action than most shooters, right? Outside of like the splat charge, there's not a whole lot of long distance combat because you're shooting paint, not bullets. I think that when you're in close quarters, it really enhances the experience to have that gyro because you're able to make quicker movements. Whereas, okay, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Battlefront, you know, any number of these games, there's a lot more distance involved, and so. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the gyro allows for those quick turns and that quick aiming as people are kind of, like, winding around each other in smaller shooter spaces.
Yeah, I don't share Dr. Worm's passion for preference of control schemes. If you like gyro, good for you. Enjoy it. If you think it's better, I'm happy for you. I personally don't like it. I'm happy for me too. Also, no Metroid Prime on the list, and that's in reference to the top 5 FPS we want on the Switch. For that, like, I guess we should have maybe like been a little bit more clear. We wanted to make sure that any games we mentioned were like for sure happening. And yes, there is going to be a Metroid at some point, like we have to believe, but we don't know that there's one in development. I mean, we assume there is, but we don't know.
Yeah, Reggie yesterday just said on I think Fox News of all places that it's going to be a huge E3 for Nintendo. So hopefully that leads to that Metroid game.
But that's why we didn't mention it on the list at all.
Yes, exactly. So maybe, Gabe, instead of passion for gyro, you share passion for SwitchForce, because Top Dog does, saying, whenever SwitchForce uploads a video, it's the highlight of my day. And yes, I'm serious. I have a boring life, okay? I'm in high school. What else do you expect? I thought this was a fun compliment, and also just a cool comment. So thanks, Top Dog, and hopefully we can help make your high school days better.
Maybe his life is boring because he's a dog.
Ooh, can't talk to anyone at school. Can't really respond.
Just bark.
Can't really
bark and watch.
Just likes to watch and listen.
Yeah, just pant and listen and lick himself. All right, that sounds like a fun life. AdamSki22 comes back with some gaming topics here. ARMS would be the perfect game to bundle in. Console plus ARMS for like $320. It'll have been out for a while and probably will be struggling to be seen with Mario Odyssey, Skyrim, FIFA, NBA, etc. And people will still be after Zelda, Mario Kart, Splatoon 2 in the holiday season. Bundling ARMS into the Switch would be a great way to highlight it to a huge audience and make it a really strong IP. And I thought this was a brilliant response to our last week's CommentForce where we talked about holiday bundles, because we were thinking like, oh, Mario, Zelda, blah, blah. But I like the idea of bundling a new IP in order to really, lift up that IP and help build a player base for something that otherwise, isn't going to get the recognition of a Mario Odyssey or, come holiday season, a Assassin's Creed or a Battlefront or a Call of Duty.
I think that Nintendo rather have it stand on its own and then like turn into a franchise similar to what Splatoon did. Sold like 5+ million copies on Wii U. Splatoon did. Mm-hmm. So I think they rather have that instead of bundling it in, especially if your proposed price here is for like $320. That means you're selling ARMS for $20 technically. And if there's one thing about Nintendo games, whether they be good, bad, popular, not popular, they don't really go down in price that much. Like,
not a whole lot. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with his price. I just thought it was interesting, like, and maybe 1-2-Switch is actually the game that gets this, but I thought I like that he was thinking of, getting another game out there sort of for the greater good of the Switch player base rather than just pimping out Mario and Zelda because they're already going to be so prevalent in every store and every ad and every, buyer's guide, whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1-2-Switch is probably, honestly, if a game is going to get bundled.
Yeah, that has to be the one. Jake.
That's probably what it is.
Jake.
What?
How many random strangers can we get to play 1-2-Switch with you if we were to just go to the mall with the Switch? You think we could get like 20 people to do it?
Probably. I don't know. I'm kind of intimidating.
You are very intimidating, especially when it comes to unlocking those safes. The look that you
don't
have.
Mess with me.
The look that you have in your eye.
Don't talk to me while I'm shaving, Gabe.
1-2-Switch is better than I think people give it credit for. But anyhow,
that's not true. But okay.
It's true for me.
And yeah, Gabe, you just don't like anything that's with motion control.
Gabe represents the traditional gamer. No gyro,
stationary,
no motion. Just wants to use those good old sticks. We have a great ARMS comment coming later. But in the meantime, Jared Gauthier comes in saying, I love that the eShop music is gone.
Oh, no.
I always muted it. Not that it was necessarily bad, but after a few minutes it got really repetitive and kind of obnoxious, which this is like the counter opinion to what everyone has been saying about like, where's the music?
I like the intro to the eShop, though.
Wait, how long are you on the eShop for? Like, it says after a few minutes, get really...
He's making decisions, man.
He looks like a very intelligent man who thinks a lot about his purchasing decisions, so he's probably scrolling through all the games. Did you know, by the way, and I'm not sure the exact number, it's like 24, I think, that the like Switch, like recently, whatever, the way the eShop is, because it's far simplified compared to like the Wii U eShop or even the 3DS eShop, currently can only display like 24 games or something. So at some point they're going to have to add like genres or categories or something.
How many Neo Geo games can you fit onto one screen?
Yeah, can we get some Nintendo? I think it's ironic that no VC, but that they basically have VC for other companies.
It's not, I mean, they're selling it to you for $8 though. Like, I just picture Mr. Jared here, just looking at the eShop, reading the descriptions for all these like Neo Geo games. Waku Waku 7.
Yep, Neo Turf Masters. Well, anyhow, we know a lot of people are passionate about the eShop. Today's episode is all about passions. Jared's passionate against the eShop music.
They should do what they do in the Splatoon lobbies.
Oh, let you DJ it?
Yeah, like you can like add sounds like modified sound.
Jonathan G comes in with an interesting point that I never considered. We did a lot of accessory reviews this past week, and he says, I like the way these kind of covers look, but realistically, I don't get why you'd want to protect the screen, but not the Joy-Con. I'd still feel nervous chucking it in a backpack like that, and if it's just for around the house to protect the screen, it funnily enough comes with a screen protector, which I thought these things were the alternative to using. Looks sweet, but apart from the kickstand, not sure what its target usage is. Maybe if you're just packing the console to Pro Controller, or you keep your Switch undocked in a drawer, I'm guessing
like
it's
a drawer. No, like a
drawer or something.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And I thought this was interesting about like protecting the Joy-Con, because so many people think about protecting the screen, using a screen protector or whatever, but like
I don't fear it. I feel like Nintendo makes stuff pretty durable, like in the past, and the Joy-Con, like, yeah, it has like the sticks jutting out, but they're very shallow, and there's like not a whole lot like that you could really damage, except like the IR sensor or something maybe. But
the only thing I'll say is I have had one paint chip. And
you too.
I think I just got careless, like he's talking about, and put it in a backpack, and one of my red Joy-Con has a little like black scuff at the bottom, and I really hate it because the color's so bright.
Ooh.
I'm very afraid that I'm gonna break it.
Wait, but you threw it in with nothing?
I don't know.
Oh.
I
use like a hood, like a winter hood, like a ski hood kind of thing, and I wrap it up my Switch up in that.
This is very unique.
Keeps it
No,
very safe.
I'm afraid that I'm gonna break my Switch constantly. Like whenever like I'm holding it, and like if I'm laying in bed playing Zelda or whatever, and like I want to like scratch my head or something. I don't like holding the Switch with one hand because like I'm usually like gripping the left Joy-Con, and for some reason I feel like the weight on the right side is gonna be like too heavy and it's just gonna snap off. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna break it sometimes. It hasn't.
It's called the Switch, not the Snap.
It hasn't broken. Everything's good, but I'm very afraid that I will break it.
Fishy Lamar / Daniel Ruiz. That's why he's Fishy Lamar, because he's not really Lamar. It's fishy when he's Lamar. He's really Daniel Ruiz. Just had a fun comment. He said, playing a full console Zelda at school is like a blessing from God, and I'm an atheist. Which I thought was great. And I like this idea that there's all these kids. Actually, I don't know if I like it, but all these kids at school like that are like just have their head down and they're really just like playing Zelda in their lap.
It's probably not, it's not a good thing.
Yeah, I mean that's not something.
I do like that how portable Zelda is, and I've played it in some interesting places, but like I don't think that playing it in school is a good idea.
Yes, I'm gonna pull out my my Paris Geller from Gilmore Girls and say that school is of the utmost importance to future success.
Okay,
Okay,
no one cares
thank you.
about your Gilmore Girls reference. Keep it going.
Chief Chirpaduck Pro says,
How'd you read that correctly in the first try? That was
because
amazing.
school is important. This is what happens when you go to school,
Yeah,
Gabe.
Chirpaduck.
Well, it's not that hard. Chief Chirpaduck.
He says
Okay.
SwitchForce.
All right.
What do you think of Super Mario Maker coming to Switch? And I wanted to bring this to attention because it's something that we've kind of
We talked about it before.
we have before, but we've let it go under the radar for a long time. And I think Mario Maker, now that we've played Switch, I think Mario Maker is an amazing choice for Switch. Even not for level creation, but for level playing. I would find it so great to just take 2 or 3 minutes to play a cool level on the go with the Switch.
Or make a level, and instead of having like submit it to the world, you could like take it to your friend's house and like try to beat this and like watch them struggle through it or stuff like that. Like it's a very interactive game that would make like I would be much more motivated to make a level to stump you like and watch you fail, or like talk about it like with Gabe or something.
Yeah.
As opposed to like just like putting it on the masses, like so you can like challenge each other and stuff.
Do you think this is still likely, Gabe? Do you think they're still doing this?
I would bet all my gold that this gets announced at E3.
You think this over Smash Brothers or both?
Gabe has
Both.
a lot of gold, so I'm nervous for Gabe.
I definitely think Super Mario Maker's coming to Switch. 100%.
And Captain Toad Treasure Tracker too.
No.
Dang it. That'd be a perfect game.
No, but
I want it in the eShop.
Yeah, I think it is extremely likely that this happens.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think that the time has passed.
No way.
All right. We'll see what happens. I will be indifferent.
I think that the perfect game, though, is what the Floppy Bird suggests, which is I really want a Super Monkey Ball on Switch, and I agree.
I think this is like Flappy Bird's cousin, Floppy Bird, the one that they didn't make the game
Yeah,
about.
he's more of the artistic type. He's got the painting going on. He's more classy than Flappy Bird. But I like this idea because it's perfect for gyro. It's a great multiplayer game. It's great local. It's great online. And Monkey Ball was like really strong at the onset of the GameCube era, and then it kind of fell off in the Wii era. I would love to see it get back on track. The mobile game is not very good. This has phenomenal gyro control. You can do some great stuff. Plus, use that haptic feedback to make me feel the bumps when the ball lands back down.
For sure.
Like heavier bump for Gon Gon, a little bit lighter bump for Ai,
Baby.
real light bump for Baby and Mimi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think like using the motion control and gyro in some of the like Zelda shrines, like, and there's some that are like sort of like a Monkey Ball level in a sense. So I think like, or like controlling like puzzles and stuff. Like I think it would feel like supernatural and really good. Not supernatural, like super space natural.
That's another
I was
TV
gonna
show.
say,
We can make all sorts of
ghosts.
references.
No.
Did you know that? Did you know that?
Nope. Next.
One of the
comment.
characters from Supernatural and the main guys is also in
Yeah.
Gilmore Girls, and he's the same name.
Oh, okay.
Was it Dean?
Is it Chad?
Yeah.
No,
Chad.
not Chad.
Chad Valencia.
No.
Chad Valencia does have the next comment, though. And he says, why talk about Generation 8 for Pokemon and not a unified 1 through 7? A Pokemon game with the size and scope of Breath of the Wild? Why not just make an all-region Pokemon world? And this kind of ties into what Jake has wanted, which is, instead of making Generation 8 with new guys, just combo 1 through 7
No,
and
but I
combo
don't-
all the lands and make it huge.
No, but I'm more concerned about playing as the Pokemon, making it like an action game and not just like You instead of catching 150 Pokemon, you can catch 700
No,
Pokemon.
but I know. So we're taking a little bit of Chad's and a little bit of yours.
Oh, okay.
And we're combining it to this massive Pokemon world.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
That sounds great. But I want it to be this turn-based nonsense.
Okay, the nonsense that sells millions and billions
Yes,
of
but
copies.
it's so old and played out.
Speaking of nonsense, I'm playing Persona 5 right now, and gosh, I wish that was on the Switch. It would be so perfect. It's not that intense visually. I mean, it looks gorgeous artistically.
It does have the whole Sony exclusive thing going on, though, so that's not happening.
Yeah, well,
Gabe, let him dream.
it would be so great on Switch. Bullet Time Duck says, love the channel from London, England. Shout out to our Brits.
Chirper Duck? Lots of ducks today.
Yeah, this is a very ducky-filled episode. Do you know
Flappy
Game Riot?
Bird. Flappy Bird's maybe a duck.
Yeah,
That
do you
could be
know our
three.
good friend Scotty? Good guy.
He says, do you think there will be a new Animal Crossing game for the Switch? If so, when? Because I will definitely get a Switch for a new Animal Crossing.
I'm sure
And
there
since we're
will.
talking
I'm
about...
sure I mean, the thing about Nintendo, and Reggie has like said this in the past, like usually, I mean, there are exceptions, but usually at least one of these mid to big tier franchises get released per console generation.
Right.
Like,
although I will say there was a comment to go alongside Reggie's E3 is big. I'm not exactly sure whose name it was, but another Nintendo rep/employee said that there were going to be a lot of new IP on Switch.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that. I kind of like the idea that maybe, I'm sure they will do Animal Crossing, but they do have, the mobile game they're working on. So maybe we'll get a similar style game, but in a new IP.
That's
like Animal Crossing Atlantis.
That's not stopping Fire Emblem. Like the fact that there's a mobile game. So.
There are 10,000 Fire Emblem games. That honestly, of all the franchises, that's the one that I'm, and not because it's bad in any way. They're fantastic games. They always review well. They always play great. But I'm surprised that that's a franchise they're choosing to like really go in on. That they're double, triple, quadruple dipping on. We've got Fire Emblem Mobile, Fire Emblem. The Awakening came out last year. Now we got the new one for 3DS this summer. Then we've got Warriors for Switch.
Yeah,
Then we've got a new Fire Emblem for Switch next year.
Well, there's a whole like reason for that, I guess, and it kind of has to do with like the time that we're living in, and I guess you can connect the dots, but there's a reason that Fire Emblem is popular and Nintendo's getting behind it. Like these last two, the Awakening and the other one, like they did really, really well for them, and there's like a certain fan base that really loves the game.
Animal Crossing is the kind of game that I wouldn't play on a home console, but I would play on the Switch.
Animal Crossing in the Sky. Atlantis?
Duck Crossing?
Yes, Duck Crossing.
All ducks, all different kinds of ducks, mallards.
Duck game is coming to Switch, so...
That is true. This is all part of the plan. Toon Link says, hi, Gabe.
Hi, Toon Link. How you doing?
I love his picture's just standing there like, hi, Gabe.
I thought it was nice that
Hi,
Toon Link watched our videos. He's probably a little sad that Breath of the Wild Link is getting all the love. But do you think we ever get like a Zelda or Mario collection for Switch? I mean,
It's risky.
I know that they're fine selling like, Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD on Wii U, but I just picture this future. Maybe it's not the Switch. Maybe it's the Switch 2, where Zelda games.
The switcheroo?
Yeah, the switcheroo. So when there's so much history of the Zelda franchise that we're able to get a nice like 7-game collection, and like just imagine having like Super Mario All-Stars, Zelda All-Stars, and you could switch between like Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker. If you could see the motions I'm doing, I'm getting really into this in my body.
That would like defeat the purpose of VC.
Yeah, I really don't think that ever happens.
Or a Mario one where you get like, I would love a 64 and Sunshine dual pack, or like a Sunshine Galaxy 2 triple pack. Come on, man.
Okay.
Make it happen. Come on, Gabe.
You have to cough up a lot of coin for that one.
I'll get on it.
Top Dog actually comes back with our first repeat customer in the same CommentForce. He says, "Oh my God."
That's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, false. Fake news. I did that. I was testing you guys.
Good.
Okay? Oh my God, what about Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare for Switch? Extremely addictive? Check. Cel-shaded graphics? Check. Fun? Check. Local multiplayer? Check. Perfect for on the go? Check. Perfect for Switch? Check. Partnership with EA? Check. And I thought about this.
Well,
that is a great game.
Can I answer his question first?
Yes.
Because he made this in reference to the FPS video. The reason we didn't include that is because it's not a first-person shooter.
Well, yeah, that. But I do think that, we talked about Destiny in that video, Destiny 2. And I think that while we probably won't get Destiny 2, and while they are very different games, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 does have some of that, like, sort of, like, very questy, for, like, shooting kind of gameplay that kept people invested for a really long time.
Well,
and a whole bunch of unlocks, a whole bunch of upgrades.
Dude, going back, the gyro would be so good on that. Like, think about if you're a pea shooter and it's like fine tuning, like again, like Link with his bow, but like the pea shooter with his muzzle. I don't know what the heck you call it, but like I think it'd work really well. Just like really quickly, like flinging your Switch around to get those zombies.
Plus, it's like a great thing to take on the go, and the online only nature hurts it, but there's Wi-Fi everywhere. I think we can overcome this hump. I do want to point out that Garden Warfare 2 is done with like DLC and updates. So the rumor is there's a new PvZ thing this E3, and I hope whatever it is, whether it's traditional PvZ or Garden Warfare, something brand new, I hope the Switch is included.
That'd be cool.
I don't know if we get another
down.
Garden Warfare personally. The first one did really well. The second one didn't do as well.
But the franchise as a whole is still very popular.
Yeah, but
so I think we get some new game, and I don't think they're going to be.
Of course, but I don't think it's Garden Warfare.
We shall see.
We shall see. I'm very excited for E3 this year. But yeah, even if even if it was Garden Warfare 2, I would love a Switch port of that. I know it sounds dumb to reach back into the past, but as bad as it sounds, because I don't really want to endorse this for the game industry as a whole, I'm okay with ports to Switch because I love the fact that I can bring console experiences with me on the go.
Yeah. And for a few games, I like everything. I'm like Earth Defense Force on the go.
No, I'm just saying like some of the
Speak for yourself, Jake.
Some of my favorite titles, and there's some games that I would just get so much more usage out of, because something like Garden Warfare 2, I didn't have a lot of time to dip in, but if I could play challenges here or there, matches here or there, I would love to do that on the go.
Yeah, I feel you.
I love it. Sheldon says, Sheldon Herskovitz, not Sheldon Cooper, by the way, great video. Okay, so I think Gen 8 is going to come out later in 2018, 2019. However, I think we will get a Pokken Switch, just like we're getting Mario Kart 8 with all the DLC. It'll be an Ultimate Edition in 2017. He goes on to give some thoughts about Stars, but I wanted to bring this up because do you think that instead of Stars, which, maybe is still coming to 3DS, and maybe what they're gearing up for is the future Switch Pokemon, do you think instead we get a Pokken port?
No.
I will be honest to say I've never played Pokken, so I don't really have a comment on it. I mean, I guess I got a comment, but I'm not tied to it anyway.
Yeah, no, I don't know how well it did. I don't think it did that well. There wasn't any real. There was some.
Well, that would be all the more reason to port it and bring it over and sort of double dip on that.
I'm not saying Pokken was a failure, but would you rather fail twice or would you rather succeed twice? Because Sun and Moon were a success. So why not bring over something that's already a success to a console and people are gonna be excited about that?
It would be really cool to play on the same screen split Joy-Con 2-person local
Yeah, for Pokken. Okay, yeah, I could see that. I mean, maybe. I don't know that Pokken was a failure. I have no idea what the sales were or anything like that.
I think a lot of it kind of comes down to what is their 3DS? What is Nintendo's 3DS plan? Because if their plan is to keep 3DS going and separate,
that's what they say it is.
I think Stars then comes out on 3DS maybe.
Possible.
Because you want to continue to nurture and grow that base. If honestly their goal is to keep these two as two separate pillars and not eventually fuse them, I don't know. I honestly think that the Stars reveal, whether it's for 3DS or Switch or both, is going to tell us a lot about their true intentions with 3DS. So
tell us what you want. Tell us your true intentions before you date our daughters, Nintendo.
HQ Gaming, who is a very serious man. Look at his picture. Says, this is the ARMS comment I love. Some girl today saw my Switch laying beside me, and she said, I have a Nintendo Switch. Also, my favorite game is that ARMS game. Me and my brother play it together all the time. And I was like, oh, cool.
So is she from the future?
I think she was trying to be all hip, and maybe he was a real suave-looking Switch guy, and she was like, ooh, I'm gonna get into this guy.
So it's hip to lie. I mean,
maybe she's playing 1-2
no,
Switch boxing.
She didn't know. She either was doing 1-2 Switch boxing, or she saw someone playing ARMS, or she went to an event.
No, but
she was trying to be cool. And she didn't know. Maybe she didn't know it wasn't out. This is her Switch flirt.
Okay, no. Well, here's my point. HQ Gaming's words are that she said that me and my brother play it together all the time. Right. That is blatantly false.
Yeah, maybe she's just gay. This is her power move to her ultimate flirt. This is her last chance, last stitch.
So I'm saying, HQ, no matter. Okay, she's trying to flirt with you, cool, but she's doing it by lying. And
I think it's one of those things where attractive gamer guy and the girl's like, oh my god, I love that Mario. Even if you're playing PlayStation 4,
holding the Switch makes you more attractive. In this case, he was not even holding it; it was just near him.
Yeah, look, the vibe that the Switch gives off, the aura of the Switch attracts all sorts of flirtatious,
which again is cool. I'm just saying.
Okay,
don't build a relationship based off lies. That's all
right.
And it could be reversed. It could have been a real cool Switch girl and a dopey Switch guy that said I play Mario Odyssey all the time. But either way. You know, I think you could get some people that way.
Maybe she just lives at PAX South still and is still playing it there.
Maybe she works for Nintendo. What if this is your in to date someone whose brother works at? Maybe her brother is Mr. Arms, the guy who made the game. We don't know where
Lionel Arms.
Look, HQ Gaming. For all we know, he could live in Japan.
I find
he's at the HQ of gaming. That's Japan.
This comment is like very entertaining to me for some reason, and I really like it, and I can't stop.
So
googling.
deep.
All right, so here
it's Mimi again.
Mimi comes in.
No, it's Mimi. That's it, right.
I think that people who dislike the motion controls don't realize that it's only meant to be used for looking up and down, while use the analog controls for looking left and right. However, there are still a few in the Splatoon community who use analog controls. I think it sounds like you've given motion a chance, and it just wasn't for you. Honestly, I think that's okay. I just hope others give motion a chance, like Gabe did. So even though Gabe is a crotchety old gyro anti, at least Mimi is giving you credit for giving it a chance.
No, and I will give it a chance again. The only reason I stopped giving it a chance is because the global test fire time is so limited. So like I wanted to have fun. Like
so you wanted to just do mediocre given the limited time.
Yeah, well, because I was doing terrible with gyro. So I said, okay, let me at least be mediocre and not terrible.
Very good point.
But thank you, Mimi. Thank you.
No, it's Mimi. You gotta say it right.
Okay. Anthony Ian Natello has my favorite comment of the week. All right, CommentForce number 7, comment of the week. I'm going to send my Joy-Con in to get repaired, but before I do, I'm going to open it up and put a little picture of Reggie's face in it. If you don't know what this is in reference to, Nintendo is fixing some of the left Joy-Con issues by putting a little foam piece on the interior. So Anthony is going to get to the inside before they do and surprise them with a little picture of Reggie.
That's amazing.
That's just so classic right there.
I hope you put Miyamoto in the other one.
Yeah, I hope you do this. El Jefe says, Gyro boys.
Oh, God. Gabe, you better run. This is the army that's like building against you.
I'm not that scared of the army that can't spell Jefe correctly. It's with a J, not an H. But whatever.
So Joy-Con boys there's now a new clan, and pretty soon we're going to have, what's that movie called where the sharks and the jets fight?
You mean Sharknado?
No.
I mean, I was going to say that's not jets, but...
No, the sharks and the jets, they're two, like, dancing...
It's like gangs.
Yeah, they're two gangs. It's like a popular... Oh, my God, we sound so uncultured. It's like a popular, like, play...
Warriors?
West Side Story. There you go, that one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about, like, the Warriors, when they, like, go, like...
No.
All right, whatever. We don't
know...
Whoa!
Dude, this dog is all over the place.
I didn't mean to do this,
Top Dog is the top dog, apparently.
Top Dog... has another genius comment. Top Dog.
Wait, Zach, you got 3 of them in one? What?
Top Dog. I didn't even intend to do this, but Top Dog is just on point. You know, I would have chosen digital in reference to physical or digital back when we had the 3DS that would just show the game running, but an empty home screen when you take the cartridge out. But now that we have the Switch, where you purchase a physical game and it shows up permanently on the home screen, this changes everything. You can now show off your library digitally and physically, like hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm all for physical. So you get physical, but it still shows on the system.
So he's just like proud that he like go around and like flaunt his Switch. Like,
so
I have all these
when
games.
a girl comes up and is like, what you got on your Switch, he's like...
So when a girl comes up and tells you that she's been playing Mario Odyssey 2, you can tell her, oh, look at all my games.
It is sort of like a little bit of a you know, what's that called? Like a big fake out or a big bait and switch. Because get it, bait and switch, because you have all the games, but you press them and it's like, where's the cart? Where's the cart? Where's the cart? So yeah, you have the picture there, which I guess is nice.
Catfishing you and
trying
to play.
The Switch is catfishing you into playing. I don't know. I still like, as much as I love the physical cards, I go back and forth because it's so nice to have Has-Been Heroes on the Switch. It's so nice to have.
Is it?
Binding of Isaac on the Switch. It is for those of us who can beat the bosses.
I am very good at it now.
Good. All right. But Top Dog, I think that is a really interesting point, and I do love the fact that it allows you to host the games on there, and I like that it borrows sort of like the PS4 style thing where the bar is representative of all that you play, not just what's currently inserted. It has a memory of what's been inserted inside of it.
Right.
Yes.
Like a long relationship with a lot of X's. Okay. DLG Pikachu comes in with a comment that was on the Hori Play Stand accessory video. And he says, this is a dumb accessory. Just carry a drill around and then drill a hole through the table. Let's say you're at Starbucks, drill a hole through the table. Easy peasy. Because then you can charge the Switch through the bottom of the table. So instead of buying a play stand, buy a drill, which is more expensive, and ruin things.
But it's more fun.
But it's more fun. So then you can just make your own charging port.
They're gonna make Drill Dozer, but just it's gonna be an accessory that you just drill into things.
Yep. Game Freak is producing Drill Dozer, but to make home for your Switch USB charger. Oh, DLG Pikachu, you made us laugh this week. Please don't drill tables, even if it's for the great purpose of charging your Switch. That's something that we value and hold as one of our dearest values, keeping your Switch charged. But please don't destroy
What's
public
a glass
property.
table? You can't really drill through a glass table.
It'll be a real spiky encounter.
Right.
Red Ripple says, "Why are your Joy-Cons the same color as the pink Snipper Clubs characters? I was considering buying red Joy-Con, but starting to wonder." And I wanted to point this out because I noticed it watching back all of my videos.
It's it's the color with his camera.
The red Joy-Con don't play well on camera, even in like photos.
Mm-hmm.
They're such a mysterious shade.
They can if you do like color correction and stuff, but
Yeah, but they're really hard.
That fluorescent red, man.
They're really hard to accurately depict in photos. So I think it's interesting that they would have picked a color like that, but maybe it just speaks to how unique and special of a color it is.
It is.
The blue is okay, although the blue still appears lighter than it really is.
Yeah. Again,
I'm so excited.
All of
that
all of
neon
that
radiance.
I'm so excited to get. And honestly, Red Ripple, your picture is much more what they're like, not pink. Your picture is representative of the Joy-Con. But I'm so pumped for a new color Joy-Con, and we may have some soon. In the meantime, AC Gravity says, "The only thing more satisfying than the sound the Joy-Con make is the SwitchForce intro." Aww. Aww.
Ooh.
My heart grew 2 sizes.
Ooh.
Mine
Okay,
only grew
Grinch.
1 size because I only did 4 shrines.
I'm feeling incredibly warm at this. I'm glad. A lot of comments, honestly, this week about the intro. And we forgot to put T-God Designs link in the description last time, so we're going to put that in this week.
We think.
We are.
Yeah, we are.
We are. Gabe.
Yes.
Confidence.
Come on, Gabe.
Just do it right.
Michael Lucente says, "Zach, you could work for QVC. I would have just made a late night impulse buy." Which I thought was interesting. I've never considered a career as a salesman.
What specific video was this in reference to?
I believe it was on the messenger bag.
You did a lot of selling this week.
I'm not even trying to sell them. I'm just giving you my thoughts on them, and it's up to you, if you want to buy them or not.
On one of the videos, you give us your thoughts on it like 20 times.
Listen, Gabe, I like to be thorough with my thoughts. Okay, but Michael, I really like your comment.
Yeah, that's one of the first tenets of salesmanship is persistence.
I'm not trying to sell anything, though. I like that you see me on TV. I think that's good for my future career. I like that you're already envisioning this and that you can see it, and I appreciate it. Also, I'm not selling anything. Like, I don't care if anyone ever buys accessories. And just to reiterate, we have no sponsorship deals with any of these, and we have no sponsorship deal with Nintendo, so I don't know that they, there's no exchanging of anything, so I don't know if they care if we make the videos or sell them or not.
I don't think that they meant it in that way at all. Like, it's obvious you're not trying to sell anything. We're just...
Yeah, I just want to correct because Jake says I'm a salesman. This is my next favorite comment, Gabe. Flying Monkey Man says, "At the end of the video, you say, 'My name has been Gabe.' Does that mean you've changed it?" And then
I thought that when I said it too.
And then Rendani Kobo says, "Or that he doesn't exist anymore. Rip Gabe, we shall miss you."
Yeah, I said that, and I don't know, man.
I just like, here's what I thought when I heard it. I just thought Gabe was prepping for Has Been Heroes, so he's Has Been Gabe.
No, I just like that. Like, for hundreds of years, my name has been Gabe, but now
At the end of all the videos Gabe does by himself, he always says, "My name has been Gabe, SwitchForce out."
I don't always do it. I do it sometimes, and I don't know where the hell it comes from, honestly.
Oh, I just love that. I just pictured, Gabe, that you're the biggest Has Been Heroes fan on the
I
planet.
think what you're trying to say is this has been Gabe, not my name has been Gabe.
Hey, leave me alone.
By the end of the year, Gabe will come out with his new name.
Oh man, yeah, Gabe. When are you announcing your new name?
Yeah, what date?
when we reach 100,000 subscribers, I'll do a face reveal and a new name reveal.
Okay, a new name reveal. P.S. It is Randy.
No, it's not. It's Gabe's choice.
Okay.
Yeah, don't take that choice from me. Don't assume it. I can't say that. All right, go.
Bretter Decide
Speaking of choice,
has something about choice that I thought was an interesting little mini discussion for us to have. It's never worth trading in another system. It's always better to keep it. I want to ask you guys about your experience with systems, and if you feel it's always better to keep it, or if you feel like there is value in trading in. Have you ever regretted trading a system in?
Yes.
Especially, let's keep it to Nintendo. But
yes.
Yeah. Okay, tell me.
My yellow Game Boy Color. I want it back. I traded in for like.
You traded it for Rayman Advance.
Yeah. I don't think it's worth it. I really want it back.
GameStop had a promo for the launch of GBA.
No, it wasn't GameStop.
Yes, it was.
It was FuncoLand.
I don't think it was FuncoLand.
Yes,
Still
it was.
At that point. I think it was GameStop.
I remember walking in.
Either way, they had a promo where if you traded in your color, you got a free game. And in the moment of our little young minds, that sounded like a genius thing because we could get a free game for a system we weren't going to use anymore. But it's like a horrible deal.
I just miss it. I wanted that. It was so retro. Gabe, what about you?
I have never traded a system in, but I also don't keep them. I kind of just give them to someone.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, like I
or it's the worst case scenario.
Gabe says, "This has been mine. Now it is yours." This has been Gabe's.
I regret selling my NES library. I wanted to get some Super Nintendo game, and so I traded all in, which was dumb because it was so cheap. I also regret trading in my SPs. I would have liked to keep those.
Game Boy Advance SP.
But I don't know. Now I'm in this like collector mode where I like to save everything and I don't trade anything in.
I mean, it depends on your situation. Like, because when you were little, you didn't have money, so you trade things
up until like 20 or even 22, I loved I would play games, quickly turn them on eBay, get money back, buy two get one frees, get games free, sell them on eBay. I think obviously you got to make it work. You got to decide you want to be a collector or a player depending on
I have a little
your cash flow.
Little interesting tidbit.
Okay.
Back in the day of video rental places, there was a local one. It wasn't a Blockbuster or anything like that. Fun fact: we also still have a Blockbuster that's open near me. It's like one of the last ones in America, actually. There was this video rental place that was like going out of business, and they were open for like the last few weeks, and they were like still renting stuff out. So I went and I rented a bunch of games, and then they went out of business, and I never had to return them. That was fun.
Wow, that's actually very lucky.
Thievery.
No. We knew the owner. The owner actually still owns a local mom and pop shop, and they didn't care. It's fine.
Okay.
Let us know if you have any cool system trading or sad system trading stories or regrets. Not to get all dark and dreary.
Maybe we can make an exclusive video on that. I want to hear any devastating Nintendo trade-in stories.
Yeah, if you have any, put them here and we can incorporate that into a video.
Yeah.
Nifty Kiwi says, so where can I pick up ARMS action figures? These guys look legit. And I love the idea of them making ARMS action figures.
Like you squeeze their legs and they punch.
Yeah.
Like Ninja Turtles.
They really are clever characters. And Splatoon has great character design as well, but you can't make really action. I mean, you can, but I think ARMS action figures is a brilliant idea.
Sure, but the more likely thing is that we just get ARM amiibos.
ARM amiibos? Just so they're ARM?
ARMS amiibos.
Sorry. ARMS amiibo?
Yeah, ARMS amiibi.
Amiibo is plural.
No, I know.
Wait, is it amiibos or amiibo?
I don't know. It's amiibi. I know it's not amiibi. I hate that you guys
Switches, Joy-Cons.
All right. Too many plurals.
Warner Bo comes in with the final comment of the day saying, but you're just on the bike, in reference to playing Switch to the gym. You need to work out more than your legs. And then Hennet Mandalia says the guy with the Captain Falcon avatar, though you do really need your daily Falcon punch. I just thought this was so ironically hilarious.
That's a great
Nintendo
one to end
humor. Yeah, we got a lot of good Nintendo humor. And if you want to send us your Nintendo humor, your thoughts, your comments, make sure to be involved in the videos. We definitely love to hear from you, and we love making these CommentForce videos, so there will be another next week, and we'll be looking out for your comments, and we will try not to triple dip on someone. I do apologize for that, but Top Dog was the top dog today, so that's kind of how it goes. Stay tuned for a whole bunch of content this week. We got some new games coming out, Has-Been Heroes, Snake Pass, so there will be new videos on that. Hopefully some interesting tidbits from Nintendo themselves, and who knows what else is in store. We got Lego City Undercover soon. Lots of good stuff headed your way. Plus, Jake and I are in the same place for a week, so we'll be doing some snipper clips, and we'll be doing some...
Can we finally have World 3?
Finally, we get World 3. That is the plan. So stay tuned. Lots of good stuff this week. Thanks so much for all your comments and interaction this week. As always, we do love and appreciate all of the support and the community that we've built here, and we're very, very grateful. So, for myself, Jake, and Gabe, this has been Zach.
This has been Jake.
And CommentForce 7 has been finished. Thanks so much, everybody. SwitchForce out.